guys always do, are going to discredit it. But I'm going to expose him and I'm going to embarrass him. You know, he's the embarrassment of Mexico. Mexico doesn't even claim him, and he's going to get exposed on June 28th. And then the boxing media will have all these excuses. But I don't want them to be having these excuses, because they say he's training hard. They say this is the most focused he's ever been. Good, and as he should be, because people don't realize how good I actually am. And when he feels those first punches, he's gonna want to quit and go back to his stool.
I ain't no killer, don't push me. That's good.
Short what you want, I got what you need. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up.
In a surprising twist that no one saw coming, Mike Tyson has been training Jake Paul for his upcoming fight against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. This comes months after they both made headlines for going into the ring against each other in what many still refer to as an embarrassing show. But this time, rather than come out of two different corners, Jake Paul has decided to add the boxing experience of Iron Mike Tyson to his training camp.
There we go, you got it. Yeah!
This was after they had settled the financial terms of the deal, and Mike Tyson had signed based on his terms, as Mike Tyson isn't one to find the whole training activity interesting. He explained this during the last time he trained a fighter for a fight, where he disclosed that he'd rather show up from time to time rather than stick around the whole time. Hence, Mike Tyson has been visiting Jake Paul's camp often. Despite not being his head trainer, and he has had a few training sessions with Jake Paul, should go well according to Paul. Went so well. I've been working with Mike also, and it's been really great in training, Jake Paul said, and the real aspects of his boxing Mike Tyson has been helping him out with is his footwork and punch accuracy, which he's shown some improvement in, as seen in many of his training footage.
Who is the most power you've ever felt in a fight?
I would say Tommy Fury. It's the shots you don't see, so Tommy was a little tricky. Mike's punches I could see coming. He was strong, but he didn't land anything clean, so I honestly didn't feel Mike Tyson's full power, but that's good. I mean, you don't want to, so.
I feel like he lost confidence second round. Like
Yeah.
He stopped giving his all.
He just started surviving.
On Jake Paul's improvement, Mike Tyson said, "Jake has been getting better since he started boxing, and this is me helping with the final touches to make him an even better fighter." Despite the significant age gap between the two boxers, Paul rejoiced at having a win over the boxing legend on his record. Meanwhile, Tyson has no immediate plans to return to the ring again. A win over the son of boxing great Julio Cesar Chavez could open doors for Paul to climb the cruiserweight rankings, having shared his ambitions to win a world title. However, a crossover matchup with Usyk has also been touted.
You got to start fighting bigger guys.
Well, I try to, but Mike Tyson's a bigger guy.
How do you feel when Tyson has this whole health issue? Does that, motivation-wise, are you like, yo, Mike, maybe this guy is not fit, he's too old, or are you just like, people are going to start talking, whatever?
People are always going to have something to say, but we're not Mike Tyson's dad. Like, if he wants to do the fight and he feels healthy enough and he's the one that wanted it to be a pro fight and he's been doing this his whole life, then why not?
While Paul is focused on Chavez Jr., his potential next opponent could range from a rematch with the recently victorious Fury to his call-out of former heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua. "I want to fight everybody, and I'm going to get to all opponents," Paul explained, as reported by TalkSport. "There's a line, but the majority of the time I want to pick the biggest and toughest challenges that people don't think I'm going to win, so I can prove them wrong and shock the world time and time again. There are a lot of people knocking on the door, and I just want to continue to grow my skill set. My path to becoming world champion, that is still the goal. I want to become one of the best boxers in the world, do big fights, and make the fans happy."
Joven, fuerte.
Jake Paul is young and strong.
Pero como les vuelvo a decir, no, yo creo que no ha peleado con un peleador como mi hijo Julio.
But he's never faced a fighter like
El
myself.
pelear con Mike Tyson, con todo respeto, yo le hubiera dado mejor pelea a Paul que Tyson.
With all due respect, fighting Mike Tyson, I think I would have given him a better fight.
No tiró un solo golpe en toda la pelea.
He didn't throw one punch all fight.
O sea, ¿cómo vas a ganar una pelea sin tirar golpes?
How can you win without throwing punches?
Un solo golpe, dos golpes.
On this collaboration, boxing fans have sent in a wide range of comments, with some feeling Jake Paul isn't just a boxer no matter the amount of training he receives. "I get Iron Mike Tyson did great with Ngannou, but I doubt that Tyson walked up to Ngannou first. Besides, And Ngannou was very teachable. I just feel Jake Paul is too rigid to learn so much and get better. An excited fan wrote, I'm so happy to see Tyson and Jake Paul do this together. These YouTube guys are taking boxing really seriously, and I'm sure they're rewriting the boxing narrative. I can see Jake Paul working his way to a world championship title soon.
And they both end up in good health.
All right, how about a man that is going to give us an answer? Julio Sr., how does the fight end between your son and Jake Paul?
¿Cómo termina, Julio, cómo termina la pelea entre tu hijo y Jake Paul?
Si fuera brujo te dijera ahorita, ¿me entiendes?
If I was a wizard, I'd tell you right now.
No, yo creo que va a ser, todas las peleas son duras, todas las peleas son difíciles.
All fights are difficult.
A third fan commented, it's great to see Tyson in the ring again after the whole mess last November. I don't get his association with Paul though. He should rather spend that time with a legit world champion. Boxing needs his raw power and knockout skills more than ever. We hardly see these qualities anymore. A Mike Tyson fan finally quipped, Iron Mike Tyson! Jake Paul is about to unleash the craziest knockout combinations on Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Mike Tyson teaches boxing in a way that his student grabs it fast. Ngannou was so good against Fury because of him. Let's see if Jake Paul is a great student. The heavyweight legend locked horns with YouTube star turned professional fighter Paul at the Atant Stadium in Texas on November 15th in what was his first pro outing in just shy of 2 decades.
Oh no, I don't remember the fight that much. I'm kind of blanked out a little. Listen, know what I remember? Coming back from the first round, and then the next day I remember Jacob doing some kind of, I don't know, what was he doing at the ring?
Oh, yeah. A little bow at the end. He bowed.
And that's the last thing I remember. You know, but the day after the fight, right after the day after, I woke up, I told my wife, why did I do that? You know, I don't know. I just don't know what the hell goes on.
What did you think of Jake's power, man, when you were in there?
I don't remember it, but my body was really sore. Yeah, my body, my chest, my stomach and stuff was really sore.
Gonna go, man, against this Disney kid.
Hey, listen, right? It was good while it lasted for Jake, okay? It was good while it lasted. Not gonna last much longer. You're fat, Jake.
Mike, Jake Paul has aspirations to be a world championship level boxer. From what you've seen so far, will he be a world champion boxer someday?
Hey, let me just be honest, he's improved a lot. Yes, he did improve a lot.
Tyson was quite visibly a shadow of his once formidable self on fight night and was beaten via unanimous decision after an 8-round battle with the problem child, which failed to live up to the extreme promotion. As Paul gears up to face former WBC middleweight champion Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. next month, Iron Mike has given his verdict on whether he believes his former rival can actually go on to win a world title of his own. Speaking in a pre-fight press conference ahead of his showdown with Paul, Tyson claimed that the 28-year-old had improved a lot in comparison to the earlier stages of his career as he backed him to go on and capture world honors.
Improve a lot, but he's not going to have a good night when he fights me on July 20th.
Every win you get, every knockout you get, you seem to level up, but there's still people, there's haters against you, there's people that say you aren't a real boxer.
This man is an icon, and it's just an honor to be able to fight him, and he's obviously the toughest, baddest man on the planet, so it was really tough, like I expected it to be.
What is your assessment of Jake Paul, the boxer?
A very good fighter.
Do you think he deserves respect from the public?
Absolutely.
Hey, that was a good slap. I like that. Thank you.
Let me just be honest, he's improved a lot. Yes, he has improved a lot. Post-fight, Tyson had more praise for the youngster, saying Paul is talented and punches hard. Tyson has now confirmed he has stepped back into retirement following his controversial bout against Paul. The 58-year-old had initially expressed his intentions to fight on, but made a U-turn on this decision shortly after. As for the problem child, the 28-year-old will lock horns with Chavez Jr. at the Honda Center in Anaheim on June 28th, as he bids to move even closer to achieving his dream of capturing a legitimate world title.
El primer round nomás tiró golpes Tyson, después de ahí para allá no tiró ni un solo golpe.
Tyson only threw punches in the first round.
¿A quién le ganó?
Who did Jake Paul beat that night?
Con todo respeto, o sea,
with all due respect.
Tyson no peleó.
Tyson
si Tyson
fight.
hubiera peleado, aunque sea un round, en un round lo hubiera noqueado.
At least one round and probably he would have gotten knocked out.
Pero esta vez es diferente, ¿no? Esta vez es diferente. Ahora va a pelear con un peleador que sí le va a echar chingazos, ¿me entiendes? Entonces vamos a ver si realmente...
The first press conference between Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and Jake Paul included the first face-off. Julio Cesar arrived accompanied by his father, Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., and Paul had some fanciful boasts ready, claiming and chiming, "I could kick both Chavez and Jr.'s heads in the same night." For his part, Chavez Jr. limited himself to calmly say, "When he was born, I was already champion. It's going to be a good fight and I'm going to win."
He's gonna get fucked up.
I promise you that this fight will end in the same way it always does. I'm gonna turn you into another meme with your head in your hands and another disappointment in your son. I promise you. I promise you.
What do you say?
Que esta vez te prometo que vas a...
Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. took to the microphone to recognize Paul's work promoting boxing among the new generations. Likewise, he stated that he sees his son as the winner of the fight. "He is a young and strong boy, but he hasn't fought a fighter like my son. How are you going to win a fight without throwing punches?" Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. has a record of June 1st 54 with 34 knockout victories. Jake Paul boasts a professional record of 11, one with 7 KOs. Whether it's fans, media pundits, or even casuals with little to no knowledge of the sport, the consensus around Jake Paul is generally the same.
To do what Canelo on that night could not and stop Julio Cesar Chavez.
I'm gonna shock the world once again and prove how good I am, how powerful I am. This is his toughest fight to date, and I'm gonna embarrass him and make him quit like he always does. Yeah, I don't want any excuses. And when I beat this man, all the boxing media, like you guys always do.
He isn't as good as he believes he is. Paul acts like he's oblivious to the critics, but at times, they get under his skin. To a certain extent, he's done his best to shut them up. Wins over Nate Diaz, Tyron Woodley, and Anderson Silva would be impressive if Paul were a mixed martial artist, but in the world of boxing, not so much. He hoped his latest win over Mike Tyson would bring a few believers, and generally it would, if it was about 30 years ago. Now Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. has been selected. He's one of the few Paul opponents who will saunter to the ring with real pro experience.
Julia y Julio están aquí.
Me reservo el derecho de hablar de...
Paulina Rubio.
That alone is something Paul isn't used to, though he's looking forward to the challenge come June 28th. In terms of how things will play out, don't expect a knockdown drag-out match. When the bell rings, Paul believes he will walk to the center ring and batter the 39-year-old until hearing a scream of "No mas." "I'm gonna shock the world once again and prove how good I am, how powerful I am," Paul said during a recent face-to-face presser. "I'm gonna embarrass him and make him quit like he always does." Chavez Jr. doesn't have the best reputation. He is a former world champion with a wealth of experience, but as of late, his losses have been head-scratching.
Good fights or not, so that's be a good fight.
It's a great fight. I think the whole world's so excited.
Yes.
What did your dad tell you afterwards?
Afterwards, he said, you need to be prepared 100%. They have chance to beat you, so train hard and be consistent like today. So that's it.
If you win, is it you and Zurdo next?
Yeah, why not?
Junior, how many old
Yeah, maybe the rematch.
Is it in the wild card? How many old memories? Good memories?
Oh, great memories. Well.
Against Daniel Jacobs in 2019, Chavez Jr. appeared to quit on his stool. In his following outing, he came up short against Mario Abel Cazares, a fighter with just 11 pro fights to his name at the time. To make matters worse, Chavez Jr. later lost to former MMA star Silva. On the bright side, Chavez Jr. is riding a 2-fight win streak with his most recent victory coming over Uriah Hall, who, ironically enough, is also a now former longtime MMA fighter. Still, regardless of Chavez Jr. seemingly being past his best, Paul doesn't want to hear it. If he secures the victory, he wants his flowers. I don't want any excuses. When arguably the greatest Mexican boxer of all time speaks, the world listens. And when he is saying something nice, especially about his son, with whom he hasn't shared a cordial relationship of late, it's even more noticeable.
Okay, I don't think jab, jab, and right, and all he's gonna do is run.
Thanks, you're gonna run, Jake.
Yeah, he will see. He will see. This is his toughest test yet.
que este va a ser, que vas a ver, este es el examen más difícil para Julito.
Vamos a ver.
Let's see if that's true.
I think it's funny that Daddy does all the talking. I didn't know it was bring your.
The boxing legend Julio Cesar Chavez has thrown his full support behind his son, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., ahead of his electrifying matchup against YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul. The 10-round cruiserweight clash is set for June 28th at the Honda Center in Anaheim, California, and it's already shaping up to be more than just another crossover spectacle for Jake Paul. However, when it comes to Chavez Jr., his father sees something different, a hunger that's been missing for years. I went to go watch Junior train 2 times recently, and he's impressed me. The 3-division champion told Most Valuable Promotions, "Never in my life have I seen him train so hard for a fight." Julio Cesar Chavez didn't mince words when asked about his son's preparation and chances.
Bring your dad to work day.
No sabíamos que que el papá tenía que hacer todo el palabrerío, que no sabía que este era el día de traer el
But
padre
then
al
again,
trabajo.
you're nothing without your dad.
Pero tú no
Nepo
eres
baby.
nadie sin tu papá.
You were born with a silver spoon in
Me
your mouth.
confundí, dile que como le gustan los viejitos, creí que querían a mi papá. Dile.
You like old man, that's why I brought him, because maybe you like my dad.
All right.
I told him, if he keeps training like this, I have no doubt he beats Jake, said the Mexican legend, summarizing his belief in his son's abilities in one line. It seems that Chavez Sr. is supremely confident in his son's abilities to secure a win over the problem child. However, it should be noted that the former middleweight champion's career has been anything but smooth. Disrupted by disciplinary issues, failed drug tests, rehab, and a brief time behind bars, his career has been particularly rocky for the past 3 years. At 39, his return should be a matter of concern. But since his father is confident of his chances, it would be better not to question the boxing legend.
Different get, but it's okay.
So before, you told me in the face-off, you gave Jake a 3 because you're going to knock him out in 3. Is that what you told me?
He told me 3.
He told you 3?
Yes, so I say, why 3? Because you have only have condition for 2 rounds. So after that, I take care of you.
And how was the event today? It was a lot of trash talk, your dad, him, you, him.
I like trash, but it's like serious business. You know, it's a fight thing.
In the other corner stands Jake Paul, a name synonymous with both controversy and collaboration. With a professional boxing record of 11 wins and 1 loss, he has made a surprising dent in the combat sports world. Paul's unconventional path has shaken up combat sports, even if skeptics still question the caliber of his opposition. Victories over MMA veterans like Tyron Woodley, Anderson Silva, and Nate Diaz have added intrigue, though critics argue he has yet to face a true battle-tested boxer in his prime. His only defeat came in 2023 via split decision against Tommy Fury, a career boxer and the younger brother of Tyson Fury. Paul has long tried to chase a mega fight with Canelo Alvarez, but after that failed to materialize, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. became the next big target, a name with weight and history, if not form.
Different get, but it's okay.
So before, you told me in the face-off, you gave Jake a 3 because you're going to knock him out in 3. Is that what you told me?
He told me 3.
He told you 3?
Yes, so I say, why 3? Because you have only have condition for 2 rounds. So after that, I take care of you.
And how was the event today? It was a lot of trash talk, your dad, him, you, him.
I like trash, but it's like serious business. You know, it's a fight thing.
Although Julio Cesar Chavez is confident now, just a few days ago, he expressed concerns about his son's chances when he faces Jake Paul. Julio Cesar Chavez warns his son about what can go wrong in the Jake Paul fight just a week ago. The 62-year-old gave a candid assessment of his son's chances against Jake Paul, revealing both newfound confidence and lingering concern. According to Chavez Sr., the issue isn't power or durability. He hits hard and he can take a punch, he said, but rather a lack of volume and conditioning. In boxing, volume refers to the number of punches a fighter throws throughout a bout. It's a key factor in dictating the pace. Chavez Jr., despite his talent, has often been criticized for his low punch output and sluggish tempo.
Contento, la verdad, porque es una oportunidad muy buena para mi hijo y vamos a ganarle ahí al Paul.
Obviously, he's excited, happy for his son to be a great fight, and obviously he thinks Junior is gonna win that fight.
How good do you think Jake Paul is as a boxer?
Jake Paul es de boxeador?
Bueno, es un youtuber que ha ido agarrando experiencia.
He hasn't been throwing enough punches, his father admitted. He urged his son to start strong and go for the knockout early. Chavez Sr. also stressed that this isn't just another fight, it's a potential turning point. He's been given a lot of opportunities already, and I consider this his second to last chance, he noted. The last one is when you walk away for good. At 39, Chavez Jr. is far from his peak, and this bout may determine whether he remains in the sport. For the father, this is about more than just winning. It's about restoring integrity, health, and perhaps finally closing a chapter defined as much by promise as by chaos.
Boxeador. Pues para mí no sabe mucho de boxeo, pero es un boxeador fuerte que está aprendiendo.
Obviously, he's a YouTuber that he started learning about boxing. The continuous fights that he has, it's, had the basics, but he's a strong guy.
All in all, this fight isn't just about wins and losses. It's about legacy versus legitimacy, old school honor versus new age showmanship, and most of all, a father's renewed faith in his son's final shot at greatness. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.